by maybe don't just look for very small investments. You know, the much it can do is just give you maybe twice of what you've invested with. You know, just think big and expand your vision. You know, assume you want to create wealth that you live for 200 years. You know, in that way you'll be able to change how you do things, so that you can be able to even get more wealth for you, so that you can even be able to even, you know, change your life from where you come from.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. What I'm getting from there now, you have to identify now the location.
Yes.
It must be a great location, of course, with amenities. All right. So let's now jump to that person who wants to venture into the real estate, not necessarily focusing on that person who just want to buy a land so that it can appreciate in the next 2 years, but that person who has taken his time, wants to invest as a career.
Okay.
How now? What is the process of now, you know, beginning?
Okay, so thank you so much. It's a very good question. And what I think is identify a mentor, or identify a person you can look up to, someone who has, so that you don't, because you can do real estate, but also do it in, you need to maximize the opportunity. You know, if you're doing real estate, just go all out. You know, identify a mentor who has succeeded from that particular career, you know. And also the good thing right now, we have diplomas in real estate, we have online educations in real estate, we have YouTube people who have made it possible for us to learn from them. So I will say, in as much as you're pursuing education, which is really important, also get the wisdom behind real estate. You know, you don't just use a manual without the right application of it. You know, do a good research of people who have really succeeded in the area, so that you make the most use out of it. I know there are people who have done real estate as a career and have not yet really benefited from it. I know there are people who have done real estate and they've gotten to a point where they've seen, here in this idea, let me do something else, you know. So it's good to, because imagine doing a 4-year course in real estate and then ending up doing something else. You know, you've wasted a lot of money. You know, you've that money you could have actually used it to invest in somewhere else. So if you're venturing into a career, not just real estate or not just real estate, even medicine, you know, just do a thorough research about it, so that you make the most out of it, you know. So that so that even as you're studying, you have a higher hand, you know, an upper hand. You're able to think bigger and make the most out of it. So I really think that identifying a mentor or identifying people who have really succeeded in the area is a really key thing when wanting to invest in real estate, because it will change so much. It will change how you think. And if you one thing I've noted is that most of the mentors have an entrepreneurial mindset. So if you don't have that kind of mindset, if you have a mindset of just going to be employed, you know, just making, you know, just doing it so that you can get by, you'll get very little out of it. Yet real estate is one of the, you know, billionaire industries. You know, this is an industry where dynasties have been made. This is an industry where even people like people who have started from nowhere, like our CEO, Mr. George Washiori, has been able to build a dynasty from. And this is because he actually did a degree in business administration, and he found with maybe working with entrepreneurs, I know he had mentors, is when he realized, wow, I found a gold mine in real estate, let me venture in it. So it's very key to identify a mentor. In that way, you'll be able to adjust your mind, to set your yourself in a good path, in a good direction.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, once you venture into the real estate, now we want to talk about now how do you get to create a quality client base in the real estate now?
So what we normally do, we normally say that you need to listen to your customers, and that's one of the things that has made Optiven stand out. Actually, when you visit our company, you'll feel at home, because we value people. We value people, we value their dreams, we value what they have. So what you have to do is really listen to your client and identify their needs, in order, because it's only through identifying the need that you can be able to derive a solution for the person and place it and give them, So what we normally do, we value our customers, critically listen to them, because there are those who want to invest, there are those who are just looking for a home, there are those who have a passion about building a holiday home, there are those who have a passion about one of the very successful real estate branches that I've seen people also thrive in is building petrol stations. Petrol station has been one of the biggest industry. It gives a lot of money. So we have variety of solutions according to variety of needs. So what we normally do, listen to your customer, and from the needs that they have, you'll be able to tell them, I know what you're looking for, we have what you're looking for, So also you need to know the mindset of the customer. Is this an investor? Is this someone who thinks big? Is this someone who wants to maybe do land banking? Land banking is where you just buy land and wait for it to appreciate in value and then sell. So you tell them, I would advise, if you're doing land banking, invest in Malindi or invest in Nanyuki. We have a very great project in Nanyuki, which both of them, both the Malindi and the Nanyuki project are ideal for land banking. So we normally say, if you're doing land banking, invest here, and even according to the location and where we've placed it. And Optiven Limited does a thorough research before identifying a property and selling it and repackaging it and selling it. So according to the location, this will be ideal for investment. So you don't just, because you can sell your land to someone who has money, but the person is not really, that's not where their mind is. There are those who are not really planning to buy land until they get to 50. So if you're normally able to, if you can be able to talk to a customer and convince them to change their mind, well and good. And that's what we also do. We have financial advisors in our company where we are able to help investors, and not just investors, anyone. Even we normally say that most working professionals do not, their minds are not set on the investment side, and most of the investors are people who did not have a choice. They had to, let's say you're in a family where there's no food. You're the one who has to think to come up with where the food has come from. You have to really think big. And also, apart from also providing the food, you have to think, is this how I want my kids to live? Then, so what can I do to change my life? So what we normally say is, you have to really talk to the customer and see what it is that they need. Wow. And so with Optiven Limited, we are able to advise Kenyans, and this is the need you have, this is a solution that we have for it. So yeah, there are various ways of growing your market. For example, at Optiven Limited, we do digital advertising. We also do we also approach circles, because if you're able to identify with a decision maker in a circle, this decision maker is able to convert all the members of the circle, to buy the property. And that's even an advantage, because if you buy as a group, we get to give you a very good discount. Yeah, you can also identify circles, do one-on-one, and also identify people also who are wealth creators, and convince them. You know what we normally do? We convert people to thinking, okay, but then what you're saying is true. I have money. Where am I making it stay in the bank when it can grow? You know, yeah.
All right. I love the fact that you have stated that first of all you have to listen to your client's need so that you can be able to give a solution.
Yeah.
And I want us now to dive onto that, especially you now being an investor in the real estate.
Yes.
What is that gap that you saw in the market and you feel like you can give a solution towards that problem?
So the gap I saw in the market is one. Very few Kenyans, very many Kenyans have trust for companies, especially when it comes to investing in land, because one, land has been a very sensitive topic. You know, there have been very many court cases about land in Kenya, so most people are not very willing to put that amount of money to their banks, to the company, to invest in that particular land. So one of the needs I saw personally was the trust that people have. And you know, you can't, if you see someone stagnating because of trust and because of maybe fear of losing the cash, you know, you have to do something. So that's why that is why I really wanted to work with a trusted company. That's why I took time, you know, to say, okay, this and this are my goals. What are the goals of this company? Can we merge our goals, you know? And with Optiven Limited, we are able to give ready title deeds to the client. We are able to give even a title search. You know, we do title search ourselves, but if our clients want to do title search for themselves, you know, they can go ahead and do it because we have nothing to hide. So one of the needs or the niche I identified was the trust, because people don't really trust companies because of obvious reasons. Because people can say, oh, your company just wants to make money, you're making empty promises. And one of the key core values in Optiven is honesty, and those are the kind of values that has been a foundation for us as a company. And also it being a Christian based company with a Christian CEO. He's able to show you it's actually possible to make money in the right way. You just have to change your mindset, have a bigger vision, you know. So another need identified in real estate that is really not there. I also think people have not been educated in terms of making money and what to do with the money that you get. I also think people have not been educated when it comes to how to change your mindset, how to grow your wealth, you know. It's so interesting. Also in schools, we're taught about a certain career, but we're not taught about how to make wealth when you go out there, you know. And we as Optiven Limited also have financial advisors who get to tell you why it's important to invest in real estate, and also give you proof of people who have invested in real estate and are not where they used to be, you know. And also, and if we can have that, if that is something that we can adopt, you know, even as a nation, where we empower the youth by not just giving them money, but giving them ideas and what they should do with the money. Because you can give someone money and next week it won't be there. You can give, you know, we normally say, if, you know, put your house in order, get everything ready, get prepared, so that when an opportunity presents itself, you're ready, you know. Because if you're not ready, if you're just there, and I'm sure this applies to everyone, if you don't plan you don't plan for money when you have it, you plan for it before you get it, you know. You plan for example, the next salary, you're supposed to have an idea of where this and this amount of money will go. Because if you don't do that, by 10th or 15th, you know, you'll be counting days saying, oh, I have 15 days. Can this money really sustain me? You know, if you're given, if let's say, God forbid, something happens and you're not able to have your job back, are you able to sustain yourself for the next 3 months, you know? So those are the kind of things we normally educate people on, on having that. The meaning of money is account. It's good to account for what you have. And in real estate, we give someone that possibility of accounting for what you have. Getting your money to grow with security and guarantee. And in that way, you'll be able to think bigger. You'll be able to say, this amount of money, I'm planning it for land. When I get land, this and this is what I will do. This remaining amount of money I'll use to sustain myself, So I think that education is very important. And I think that is what will really help people grow, despite the economic challenges that are there, because the people who don't have jobs, who will create the jobs for them? It's us, it's us who have to think of ideas of how to employ, let's say, 10,000 people. And actually 10,000 people will not be enough. There are so many people without jobs, so we can't. And more people are graduating from schools, more people are being born, it's the same amount of opportunities that are there. So something has to change, otherwise we'll have the same cycle of life. And I normally say, if you look at yourself, do you like how you lived? Do you like your life? If not, why not change it? Why let the same complaints that you had when you were small be the same complaints that your children will have, or even worse, because inflation and everything. So I normally I tend to think that the education is not there. The education on how to use money, because money is a very sensitive topic. It can either build you, it can also destroy you, and we need money. We need money to do everything. We need money to grow. We need money to. Money can change a person for the better or for the worse, So I normally tend to think that education is not there.
Education is not there.
Education on how to use money, how to invest, how to increase your wealth. And that is what we do at Optive Unlimited. Yes, and I also tend to think of myself as an investment advisor because of what I've seen work